Meet Mr. Object. He has a problem. He's unsure of himself. Every time he needs to do something, he asks another object rather than taking the responsibility himself. What's that? Yeah, right. This is unassertive code. It's overly inquisitive, constantly asking questions instead of taking control of its own responsibilities. And when objects lack assertiveness, behavior gets scattered, making code harder to follow, harder to maintain, and harder to test. In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix that by making your objects self-sufficient and assertive, so that they own their own responsibilities rather than relying on other objects to do the work for them. And if you've ever struggled with messy code that feels like it's all over the place, then this video can help. So let's dive in. Hello world, I'm David Scott Bernstein and welcome to The Passionate Programmer. In this video, we're looking at a code quality called assertiveness, one that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but is really valuable. It determines whether an object takes charge of its own responsibilities or offloads them to others. Think of a healthy relationship. A self-sufficient person takes responsibility for their own actions. A self-sufficient object does the same. It manages its own state. It makes decisions based on the state, and it doesn't rely on other objects to tell it what to do. Assertiveness reduces unnecessary dependencies. It helps objects own their own responsibilities, making code easier to follow and making classes more cohesive. When code is assertive, refactoring is easier because everything is in one place. It reduces testing complexity. There's fewer external interactions, which means it's simpler to test. It makes your code expressive, leading to more natural object interactions. So how does code become unassertive? Imagine you're cooking, but instead of following the recipe yourself, you keep calling different people to ask for instructions. You might call your best friend for oven temperature, your parents for the ingredients to add and measure, and a total stranger for stirring advice. You'd probably end up with a recipe that wasn't very good. Some pathologies of code that's not assertive, or what we call inquisitive. Feature envy, as Martin Fowler calls it. With feature envy, we're calling constantly into other objects to get access to their state, to do our work. It means that the state and the behavior are in wrong places. We want to bring them together. Another term we use is inappropriate intimacy, because we're constantly calling on other objects to get access to their state. And we want to keep state private as much as we can. This causes objects to become entangled, making them difficult to separate and test independently. Another problem is if we pass too many parameters. It means that our APIs are trying to do too much, trying to service too many clients. And we want our APIs to be very specific for the clients that we use. Unassertive code causes business rules to get spread out across multiple classes instead of being encapsulated in one place. All of these things make maintaining code more challenging. Here are some steps to improve assertiveness in code. Number one, move behavior to the right objects. If an object needs data, consider whether it should also own the behavior that operates on that data. Number two, encapsulate decision-making. Avoid leaking logic to external classes. Reduce feature envy. Minimize excessive data access across objects. Apply the tell, don't ask philosophy. Instead of asking for data and then acting on it, tell objects what to do. Finally, use object chaining. Keep operations localized within the owning object. Here's some unassertive code. It has too many external calls. The order processor is constantly reaching out for information rather than letting the order handle its own logic. Here's the refactored code. Now order owns its logic. Order processor simply delegates instead of making all the decisions itself. This reduces unnecessary dependencies and keeps responsibilities clear. Code reviews shouldn't have to feel like a battle, but without clear standards, they can turn into endless debates over what's right and what's wrong. I created the Clean Code Code Review Checklist, a structured guide to help you catch issues early, improve your collaboration with fellow developers, and make code reviews faster with less friction. It covers the essential questions every review should answer, so you can focus on writing better code instead of arguing over it. Want a copy? You can download it for free as part of my Clean Code Toolkit. The link is in the description. A team I worked with once had a manager class that knew everything. Discounts, tax rules, shipping rates. Every change was a nightmare. By refactoring towards assertive objects, we reduced cross-class dependencies by over 60%, and this led us to faster development and far fewer bugs. Assertiveness makes code cleaner, but the next challenge is redundancy. Duplicate logic that slows development and increases errors. In the next video, we'll talk about non-redundancy, how to keep code dry, avoid duplication, and write maintainable systems. So if you ever wanted to make code simpler, plainer, easier to understand and change, then watch this video now.